I was trying to find Christmas gifts for my best friends this year that would be really cute and personalized while still being within my budget. So I went to my local craft store with my boyfriend and we were wandering around and we went into the jewelry section and I did not realize how many cute charms there were. There were so many charms there I had never seen before and the selection was very, very cute. It made me want to buy the whole shelf, but I decided to pick out a few charms that were really personalized for both of my best friends. And then I picked out a bracelet and I went home, added the charms to the bracelet. I fell in love with the idea of a personalized charm bracelet. This isn't a new concept or a new idea, but I'm not really someone who wears jewelry. I tend to gravitate towards pieces that have been handed down to me or that are really special or handmade. And I've been wanting to buy a bracelet anyway, so I thought instead of going out and buying one, I should just make one that's really cute and personalized to what I like. I had some extra charms left over from when I made the bracelets for my best friends, but I also bought some new ones because I wanted the bracelet to feel like summer. I wanted it to feel summery and almost fairy-like with, natural elements and a little bit of color. I got all the charms from my local craft store, so I did the best that I could with what I could get my hands on, but I still think it came out really cute and it was really easy. So what I ended up using for this project was cable chain bracelets. I thought these looked really cute on their own, but the two chains that pull the bracelet closed also make it easier to adjust and put on by yourself. And for the charms, I tried to pick out a nice selection. I had these beautiful butterfly charms left over from last time. I picked out a dragonfly to fit into the summer fairy theme. Had some seashells. I thought some fruit would add a nice touch of color. And then I picked out some space themed charms. And I also grabbed some ribbon for decoration, but that's optional. Then I really took my time figuring out which charms I wanted to use. And once I had them sorted, I began to lay the bracelets out and map out exactly where I wanted each charm to go on each bracelet. You'll see here that I laid the charms out on the bracelet and I thought I knew what I wanted, but I end up changing it after and you'll see what I do. But after that, I just went ahead and started adding each charm one by one. To do this, I used 2 pairs of pliers. One was very small, so I could get the point of the plier into the jump ring. And the other was larger, but it had really deep grooves, so I had a strong hold when pulling the jump ring apart. And once I was ready to add the first charm, I laid the bracelet out to find the middle loop. This just ensured that all my charms would be evenly spaced. And then once I had it ready, I held everything in between my fingers and I closed the jump ring back up. After I added my first charm, I counted out 2 spaces, so there would be a charm every other loop with 1 loop in between, and I just continued with this pattern for the rest of the bracelet on each side of the butterfly. Now, I'm no jewelry maker. This is just a fun little DIY project, so some of it was a little bit tricky. The jump rings are really tiny, can be finicky, but overall it's pretty easy, and after a few charms, you kind of get the hang of what you're doing. So at this point, I thought that I was done with this bracelet, and I put it away and I started working on the next bracelet. But as I was working on this one, I realized a couple of the charms would look way better on the other bracelet, so I end up switching things up, and you'll see what I do here in a moment, but I think they both came out perfectly. So it was at this point I was about to add the dragonfly and the cherry charm to this bracelet when I decided it just needed to be on the other bracelet with the orange butterfly. I thought those colors would go way better together, and it ended up turning out really cute. And I continued on with the other bracelet. I added the lemon and a little spaceship charm. And I also thought, after I added these last two charms, that I was finished, and I thought it was really cute, but upon looking at it, I realized the seashell was completely overshadowing the blue butterfly, so I thought nope, and I went back and I decided to swap the seashell and the Saturn charm. And this is how it actually turned out. And lastly, I wanted to see what the ribbon would look like with the bracelet, so I inserted my pliers into the spaces in between each charm, and then I just pulled the ribbon through, and I did that around the entire length of the bracelet. And this is how it turned out. I thought this was absolutely stunning. The ribbon as a soft braided texture, and the contrast between the silky green with the orange and red is so pretty. I absolutely love how these charm bracelets came out. I love the sound of them. I love the look of them. I wore mine to work the very next day. I definitely want to get more charms to add to this one. I feel like it needs at least another 2, because this one is a little bit more full and I really love the look of it. I love the colors of this one. The reds and the greens and the gold is just so cute. And I'm so glad I did this, because now I have my own personalized charm bracelet. And I'm also now one project into creating more than I consume. So this has been really fun and exciting, and I'm excited for the next project I get to do. Bye!